Joining us now is Rabbanit Oshra Koren, director of Matan HaSharon in Ra'anana, a Women's Institute for Torah Learning. Thank you so much for joining us here live. It's so much nicer when we have people in the studio with us, so thank you. A few years back, Rabbanit Oshra approached me and said she feels there's a lack, even within her own institution, which has wonderful programming, I have to say, but the voice of the larger diaspora Jew is lacking. And she set about to integrate the Sephardi and Mizrahi voices into her teaching, as well as bring in Jews of all backgrounds. Rabbanit Oshra, can you tell us why? What made you do this?
So first of all, thank you for inviting me, Drora and Dalia. It's so nice to be here in this special event. So I turned to you, Drora, because I felt that there's so much richness of the chokhmah Sfaradit, of the Sephardi wisdom that is lacking, not only in Matan, in my Women's Institute, but in all of the high schools and the midrashot and the yeshivot of the Tzionut Datit, that even people from Sephardi backgrounds aren't familiar anymore with the Sephardi wisdom, and there's so much richness. And I thought that it's half of the Torah, of the Chokhmah, which is lacking and missing. So that's why I turned to you, and 2 years ago, and already we're going to be doing a third course next year with Dr. Rav Dr. Ben Yitzchak, who's going to be coming, Ben David, sorry, Yitzchak Ben David, who's going to be coming, and he's going to be doing a special course about Rav Nisim and Rav Uziel next year. So we're really excited about that. We just started our journey.
And what do you think is the significance of the diversity of customs and traditions?
So what I see is that it's not only that half of the wisdom of Torah is missing, but there's something really special that I think in that wisdom, in that chokhmah Sfaradit, which can really be relevant to our life, our Jewish life today, especially in Medinat Yisrael. Take, for instance, the controversy of conversion, of Giyur. There's so much more openness in the chokhmah Sfaradit, which I think it can solve a lot of our issues of Giyur. Take, for instance, we're going to be studying specifically about Rav Uziel next year, but Rav Uziel especially was much more lenient in accepting Gerim, converts, into the Jewish nation. And today, the issue is very great. I mean, we have so many people, Israeli citizens, who are living in Israel, young men and young women who go to the IDF, go to the army, grow up, speak Hebrew, and there's such obstacles in front of them of converting, and they want to be part of Am Yisrael, and we have to, with love, accept it, and I think that the Torah Sfaradit has a lot to say about that. Another thing I want to say is that I discovered Matan is a Women's Institute of Torah Learning, and we've always studied in my Bat Mitzvah group and Bichlal about different Nashim Chachmaniyot, wise Torah scholars, heroes, heroines. But I've discovered through this journey that we're on that there were also many Sephardi Torah scholars, like Rabbanit Osnat of Kurdistan, Rabbanit Osnat Barzani in the 17th century, who was a Rosh Yeshiva. And then you have Farcha Sasson, I'm not sure how to say it, Farcha Sasson,
or Flora
Sasson, who was an amazing leader and Torah scholar, a princess, mamash, a queen, who was a chavruta with Rav Nisim, and there's correspondence of hers with Rav Nisim. So I'm really proud and excited to discover these and others. Talk about Chana Mendes Nasi, Dona Grazia. So even in my Bat Mitzvah program, which is all over the world, we've incorporated these Chachmaniyot Sfaradiot, so it's very exciting.
Oh, that is very exciting. And I would ask also, how would you say that the various rabbinic voices help make us one nation rather than divide us?
Well, I think that unity is not through us all being the same. Unity is by us accepting and respecting the differences. I think of that's what kibbutz, the beauty of kibbutz galuyot is all about, gathering the exiles. That each one, it's not a melting pot. In a melting pot, or they call in Hebrew kura hituch, each one loses their identity, and then we have a big soup, and that's a pity. I would think more of, if we're talking about food, a salad, which you still, you still taste the sweetness of the tomato and the cucumber, or maybe a beautiful tapestry where the different threads or mosaic create that beautiful piece of art. So if I think of that metaphor, I think of if when each custom, each one that comes from a different diaspora brings that strength and that light, our light will be even greater in Medinat Yisrael, in the Jewish nation. So I think that is, unity is not uniformity. That's what unity is all about.
We say that so often. Thank you so much, because that is a point that is so important to remind us. Unity is not uniformity. And thank you so much for taking out of your time
me. Thank you
to come with us today.
Thank you.